Hello, everyone. My name is Brian Campos. I'm the Registrar here at St. John's Seminary, and I'd like to welcome you all into our MAPM program. So at this point, you've already received your acceptance and you've accepted that acceptance. And so you'll be receiving an email from me with some important documents from the academic office. And I'd like to just take this time to go over that with all of you. So I'm going to share my screen. So this is what that email looks like. It'll come again from my office, and it will have a couple of attachments. And I made this so that you can save those attachments on your hard drive. So the first thing I wanted to kind of go over is your office credentials. So it will look like this. Your office credentials are it's basically your email, your St. John's email credentials. It will usually have the first initial of your first name and then your last name at stjohnsem.edu. And the way to log into our email system is to go to office.com and then log in using these credentials. Your password is only temporary because as soon as you enter this one-time use password, it will ask you to enter a new one, and that will be your permanent one. One thing to note is that from now on, all email communication will be done through this email address. So if Dr. Squires or your professor, or the finance officer, or anyone from St. John's want to get a hold of you or want to email you, they're going to use this email to do that. Just because we know that the email will work with our system. So with that being said, just make sure to check it periodically, get in the habit of checking it, or better yet, you could even make sure to link it with the email that you regularly use right now. Another thing to note about your office.com credentials is that it's the credentials that you'll use to log into Canvas, which is our student learning management system. Canvas will be the primary website that you'll use to log into your courses and to do the work of the courses there. And these credentials will be the credentials to log into that page. And you access our Canvas site through the following link, stjohnsem.instructure.com. And let's just say that you have problems logging in, you forget your password. Just please email Jackie Sherman at the academic office. So she's the support for the academic office, and she'll help you with any login trouble that you might have with office.com. So the next thing that's in your email packet is your SONUS credentials. So SONUS is our student information system. So basically, it's your academic record, or it's the place that stores your academic record online. So basically, this is what keeps track of all the courses that you've taken at St. John's or will take at St. John's, your grades and your syllabi. So it'll look like this, and you'll have instructions on how to log in. So from the login option, make sure to click on student because there's three different drop-down menus. So click on student, and then you're going to enter this user ID. Your user ID is usually the first two characters of the first two letters of your last name. And so here we have an example for Jose Gomez. So it's GO and then a couple numbers, and then your PIN. So your PIN isn't a one-time use password. So it's your PIN forever. You can change it and just follow the instructions on the SONUS website for that. One of the things about SONUS is because you probably won't use it a lot, you'll probably only use it maybe once or twice a semester. But one of the things that it does have is you'll be able to see your unofficial transcripts. So let's just say in the future you're looking for a job and they want to look at your unofficial transcripts. So that's the easiest way to get it. The other thing too is that your syllabi will also be stored there. You can access your course syllabi on Canvas, but that does update every semester. But the syllabi for all the courses that you'll take will also will live in Sonus more or less forever. So again, let's just say 3 years down the road, you wanted to look at a syllabi from your first year here at St. John's, and it's no longer populating on Canvas. Well, you can go on Sonus to look for that syllabi. The one thing that you will need Sonus for every semester is your course evaluations. So towards the end of the semester, you'll receive another email from me saying that the course evaluations are open. I mean, you'll have 2 or 3 weeks to complete them. And so please complete them. These are very, very important for our credentials and for our accrediting agencies. We'd like to keep offering the MAPM in order to keep offering this program and to keep giving this program the credentials that it needs or the accreditation that it needs. We need to do these evaluations. So please keep on the lookout for that towards the end of the semester. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing and then I'm going to share something else. Because the next thing that we're going to do is, or in the email, is the calendar. So again, this is what the calendar looks like. So the academic calendar, you can access the seminary calendar on your Outlook. So you just go through email and then there's a calendar tab. But this is so this calendar is basically all the important dates that you might need to keep track of in the semester. So the first important date is Monday, or actually Tuesday, September 10th. That's the last day to add or drop a class without any effect on your transcripts or without any effect on your student records. So let's just say that you attend the first 2 classes and it looks like a lot of work. And you kind of change your mind. You have buyer's remorse, right? And so, so before this date or at this date, you can drop the class without any effect on your student record. The next date to kind of keep on track, to keep a lookout for is the last day to withdraw with a W. So let's just say that at this point you've already taken your midterms. You might have you might have submitted some assignments already, and let's just say that you're not doing too well, and you're kind of in danger of failing the class. Well, you can withdraw. You can withdraw with a W. So this, since it's already too late to drop the class without any record. The next best thing is to drop this class with a W. It's better than getting an F or a D, just because at least you kind of you kind of realize that this might have been harder than you thought. The next day to keep note of is Tuesday, November 26th, and that's the last day to request an incomplete. So an incomplete basically means that you'll have an extension of 30 days after the end of the semester to turn in the work for the class. Now, an incomplete, you'll need to work this out with your professor because it's up to the professor to grant this to grant this request. So he or she could say no, but let's just say that they say yes. Basically, it'll extend your semester up to 30 days to turn in all the work. So let's just say that you don't turn in the work though, even with the extension. Well, the incomplete grade will basically turn into an F. So make sure that you honor that request. You honor the agreement on that form. Which leads me to my next point, or the next couple of attachments on that email are the forms that you'll need, because in the Catholic Church nothing is official unless it is written. So we have the forms to do that. So the first one was the add drop form. You'll primarily add your class, or you will add your class via the St. John's website, and we'll just kind of take the that website, the report that it generates as the ad form. But let's just say that you want to drop the class. Well, this is the form that you would fill out. It's a pretty self-explanatory. Just put your name and then circle drop and then the course, and then email that to me or Dr. Squires, and we'll process that request. Again, this only works right before the ad drop date. The next form or the next date that you wanted to keep note of was the withdraw, and so this is what that form looks like. So you'll need to request a signature from your professor, and then just turn this in to me via email as soon as possible, and then we'll process that request. And then the next form, this is the incomplete. Again, it's really important to work on this form with your professor, because you guys will basically kind of have an agreement on what the coursework that you need to do, and then most importantly, the material, the due date for that material. And here's basically the policy on that. And as soon as you fill this out, please email that to me, and again, we'll process that request. I know you might have a lot of questions regarding all of this. I'd be more than happy to go over it with you personally. We can go on the phone, we can go on Zoom. My contact information is on the email, so just please feel free to ask any questions, or if you need any clarification. So the next thing I wanted to go over in the email is is the FERPA notification. So FERPA is a Family Education Rights and Privacy Act. It's a law by the federal government that basically says that your education record is yours, and it's also that it is entitled to privacy. We will not give out your student information without your written consent. So that means transcripts, your grades, anything. So I as a registrar, I guess you could say I'm the guardian of those records, and I take my job very seriously. And so you can be rest assured that your academic record is kept safely. There are things at the seminary and that I am able to share without your consent, and that is what we call directory information. And I just kind of wanted to go over that directory information with you. So that information is divided into 3 categories. So category 1 is your name, address, telephone number, dates of attendance in class. Category 2 is the previous institutions that you might have attended. And then category 3 are the date and place of birth. You can opt out of all these categories, or 1 or 2. And this is the form that you'll need to fill out in order for you to opt out of it, or for you to tell me to not disclose the information. And so usually a situation that this comes up is that if you're in a scholarship program, or you're applying for a job and they need an education verification, this is where they would ask. I don't get a lot of requests, but the requests that I do get, it's usually from scholarship people, or from workplaces. We never really give the address or the telephone number. We kind of just use it to verify. But again, if you'd like to opt out of that, if you'd like to tell us not to disclose that information, this is the form to do it. So what that would look like is, let's just say that you do opt out, and then you apply for a job later on, and then they give me a call and say, hey, did Jose Gomez do the Master of Pastoral Ministry program with you 2 years ago? If you did opt out, I would be forced to say that we have no record of Jose Gomez taking this course, and that would be all. And so, so yeah, I guess just be careful of opting out. And if you don't want to opt out, you don't have to do anything, okay? So basically that's it. once you register for your classes, you'll get another email from me, and we'll go over the study plan. I did forget though, on your SONUS page, your SONUS user ID is your student ID. So when you do register, that will be the number that you will use, and that number will be tied to you from now on. But I'll explain that on the email. So I know this was a lot, and again, if you need clarification on anything, please let me know. Please shoot me an email, give me a call. And again, we're so excited to have you in this MAPM program. We are invested in your success. So please let us know, let the academic office know if we could help you in any way. God bless you on this great endeavor, and I hope to meet you guys in person one day. All right, thank you.